All right. Welcome to Thursday, folks. Welcome to Thursday. Good morning. I hope the morning is positive. The sun came up, so that's positive, right? The sun came up. You might not be feeling that well today. You may not, I don't know, maybe there's a bill due today. Maybe someone says something to you this morning. All right? But this moment is brand spanking new. So what you gonna do in this moment? You know what I mean? Brand new moment. Am I going the wrong way with this camera? Yeah, I am. All right, so today we're going to be doing some troubleshooting. And the truth is that the theme of the day is really about thinking things through, you know. And a lot of us don't think before we do things. We don't think before we speak. Actually, you know what? I'll share a story with you later on today. That I had to really like get across to my son, and it was funny as it was funny because he didn't, you know the kids, they don't know that they stepped on it, you know. But we do that as adults too, you know. We step on a landmine and have no idea what we just did. So you just stepped in a landmine, buddy. You should have kept your mouth shut, right? Okay. So, let me see if I have everything in order here. All right. So I told the guys I was going to bring my little setup from the back here because a lot of the things I need, I ended up having to run to the back and get it. So I was like, all right, let me just bring it. Because my real workshop is in the back. But this is really for, I can keep an eye on when people come on in, and I made a space here just so I can do these tutorials. All right. So the beginning of our show, guys, we go into the how-tos, and the latter part of the show, the backpack shows up, and we start talking about the things of the day. And we kind of hope you guys join us for the run. Hey, Brianne, how you doing? Yeah, right. I'm getting organized, Brianne. Hey, you know what? Everyone has that thing on their back, right? That is like an anchor. You know, we all have it, right? It's the people that claim to be perfect, they may be perfect in, I don't know, structuring their desk, but maybe their diet is ridiculous, right? Another guy is perfect with his car, but you know, his room is whatever. We all have it. This is mine. My brain is always reaching to the next thing, and I have to slow myself down. I have to stop myself. And so if I pick up the scissor and I'm working and I'm like, man, my next, I gotta make sure, and I'm gonna put the scissor down. Okay, see that? And then I'm gonna grab it. I'm starting to do this, and I'm aware of it. You see what I'm saying? So no one can really insult you. No one's gonna insult me on it because I already know. I'm dealing with it, man. You know, I got my art supplies all over the place. I got my drawings, man. So I'm working with a young kid now. And let me get the first thing I'm going to be working on while I'm talking to you guys here. I'm working with a young kid now, a young art pupil that I had the same problem he has, right? I would draw the picture, right? And I didn't do the backgrounds. Okay, that's why, you know, portraits to me kind of work in my style, right? But I had to kind of force myself to start doing the backgrounds. And I saw him doing the same thing. So I'm like, God, I got to help him, right? Because he would just draw that picture and then sometimes not finish the picture, okay? But if he finishes it, then it's just the picture alone, no background, right? So I said, man, I'm gonna have to work on that myself so I can teach it to him. See that? So, you know, we all have our thing, man. All right, we all have it. That one is mine. Okay, that one is mine. Mine. I'm constantly having to, and I don't like to stop. So it's like I got to stop and clean up. I feel like it's taken away from the project. You know. So you got to first be honest with yourself. Know what your fallbacks are, and then you can work on it. But definitely, don't try to ignore it, and don't try to act as if it's somebody else's problem. It's yours. This is mine. All right. I'm glad to have Brianna here. Hey, David, what's happening, bro? Shenanigans. I swear, I love that word, man. I love that word, man. Shenanigans sounds like one of those words that someone started doing, like it was a slang. That's what it feels like to me. That's why I like it so much. Shenanigans. I love that word because so when I know use that word, shenanigans. All right, so here we go. Let's do it. Now, I had a gentleman that he contacted. Well, you know what? It may be a gentleman. You never know with these names, so I never know if it's a person, a male or female. And the last 10 years, we've been so sensitive about that. So I find myself doing that. Oh, come on. Why can't I get in here? Give me a second, folks. I'm going to try to pull up this comment because I'm going to try to help someone real quick figure out a way to give me a second, please. Come on, reset. Okay, clear instructions. Okay, well, here we go. I got a couple of them. So let's see who I can help right now. There was someone that had a question about. God, can't find it. Okay, thank you so much. I managed to open mine with your help. This was a smartwatch. Okay, well, let's respond to that one there. All right, and that was from Samate 6600. Okay, that's a name for you. All right, and then we have one that says, "Thank you. I'm trying to figure out why my Bissell Deep Cleaner Professional Pet seemed like it's not spraying out hardly any water. The carpet felt wet, but not like it should. The clean water level seemed to not hardly move down, and the dirty water does not seem to be much at all." Okay, so, well, yeah, it's a spray issue. I have many videos on that. This is for Super Nene 89. I have many videos on the Bissell Deep Clean Professional, Bissell Pro Heat, and etc. Spray issues are, I would say, start with your tank. If you're saying that the tank is not releasing the water, like you could tell, it's like it's hardly coming out. Start there, because most Bissells are gravity, right? Today's show is troubleshooting, right? So I'm gonna help you troubleshoot. Most Bissells are gravity now. They used to be mostly pump driven, right? There's still pumps involved, but the pump is mostly for the hose. And I guess Bissell kind of figured out, you know what? The old Bissell 2X that utilized the motorized pump, even the belt-driven pump, like the Essentials and the Bissell Pro Heat, like first generation style, the pumps are normally come with issues, and I guess the warranty part of it and all those supplies that they have to send out to fix the warranty problems, I guess after a while that cost builds up, right? So Hoover normally have a kind of a gravity scenario where the water just falls down. That's really what I mean by gravity. The water just falls down, right? So if that's the case, if the water is just falling down, there's only a few things involved in that, right? So let's think it through. The first thing, I'm going to be squeezing a trigger, and the trigger is going to activate the dam to open up, to allow, when I say dam, I mean either the auto receiver, because Bissell uses the name auto receiver, Hoover username reservoir. I'll say a dam only because that's what it's doing. That's the function. It's holding the water at bay until you squeeze the trigger, right? Okay, 1 second, guys. Monroe Vacuum's not going to help you. This is Wayne. Yes. 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 I laugh at it because they do come with their challenges. But yes, we do. If it's if it's basic mechanics, it's just fixing, absolutely no problem. If there's certain parts that just not available, I'll call you and let you know. How's that? Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's probably best that you bring that also. Yeah. Okay. You're welcome. Okay. All right, David. So back to the troubleshooting. I got to stand on my business, man. That's right. I got to stand on. There's a guy who used to say you got to stand on your square. What else they say? Stand 10 toes down. I'm standing on my business. You are absolutely right, David. So back to the Bissell for this person here. This is Super Nene, right? So what I'm thinking, all right, let me see. Thank you. I'm trying to figure out if something is clogged somewhere or even through the machine, different from your vid here. It's essentially still the same. So I'm going to take some time apart. All right. So pretty much saying that they're going to give it a shot. I'm glad my video. All right. So I'm going to take care of that. So that's what anyone is having a problem with Bissell spraying, Hoover spraying. You start here. Do you have resistance in the trigger? Assume then if the resistance is in the trigger, then the handle part is out. Let's remove this out of the scenario for now, right? The next thing is my my clean water tank. If you notice that the water is hardly coming out, then I'm probably gonna go here first, right? I'm probably gonna go here first. So if you have a friend or you have someone with a similar machine, exactly the same machine, a lot of families would do that. They normally would have the same vacuum. They'll have the same. A lot of people do that, right? They'll have the same vacuum, the same shampoo, because one person referred the next person, etc. Right? So if you have someone that have it, just borrow one of their tanks and see how it works, and just put it on there. That's like easy troubleshooting. You don't have to take nothing apart. Other than that, it's kind of a gamble because then you buy a tank and you kind of hope that it's the tank. You know, so you check to see if the water comes out, but that doesn't always fix it, because if you use hot water in your machine, the tank could warp, and that warping can cause it not to do its job over here. Okay, I'm talking a fraction off. If it's, you'd be surprised, man. This is drinking water. You got to drink water, guys. So if it's here and it's just a fraction off, that's enough for it not to work. I'm talking just a little bit. And what happens when the water heats those like think about this. This is a lot stronger than a lot of the shampoo tanks out there. So this can probably take hot water a lot better than, you know, I don't want to say it, but some of the shampoo tanks, right? So if those things get hot water and you just kind of, let's say you put it on here and you kind of wiggle it or moved it, you can also move the plastic, and then when you empty the water out, the plastic hardens. Now it's in a new position because of your wiggling. Okay, all right, and then it's going to go through. All right, the reason why this is even up here is because someone was saying that they weren't able to take the lid off, and I was trying to find the comment here, and sometimes the phone has a better job finding it versus the tablet versus the computer. I don't know why it's so inconsistent. Let me see. Thank you. Great video with clear instructions, especially someone who have no clue what to do. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is Jill Garcia. All right. 22 hours ago. Why can't I see it here, though? That's the part that's irritating me with this. So this is what she said. I'm assuming Jill is a young lady, right? Okay. So, and she seems frustrated. Okay. So this is what it says here, right? You see that? I don't know. Maybe you can't see it. But Jill says, right, this doesn't help. Oh, Jill's like, man, listen, man, you're pissing me off. This doesn't help. I can't get the top off. I've taken out all the screws. Ugh. Okay, so she's pretty upset. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell Jill to take a look at this video here. Jill, I'll cover your issue in my live video. What's the date? 11/20/2025, right? On 11/20/2025, right? I'm on now. Will post link later because I can't do it right now. Okay, how's that? If she can find it, fantastic. So Jill, let me cover your issue real quick. All right, then we're gonna move on. All right, and then after we're done with this, then I'll engage with my guys. These guys are having fun. Thanks for, hey man, thanks. Car guy. I never know how to say that first part of it. ICTC car guy. So my apologies if I just call you car guy. Okay, is that okay? All right. And Brianne, thank you guys. You guys are keeping the chat alive there, right? The backpack is alive. All right. So here we go. While I do this, they're doing their thing over there. I will be focused on this, right? Brianne, we missed you, by the way. We missed you, Brianne. We've been going through withdrawal. Okay, we've been going through withdrawal. Davis has been holding it together, and he's been keeping me sane. So that's the impact that you've had on our little channel here. Okay, all right. That's positive. Okay. All right. So let me walk the Jill through this, and hopefully I can promptly help. And then I have a shark I want to look at because the brush is not turning. And then after that, then we'll slide over to the chat and we'll talk about today's topic. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's take these things off for a second. All right. Release. All right. So let me kind of move this a little bit here and let me go down here. I'm gonna have to charge this stand. The last time this stand did this to me, it dropped everything. So let's see if I can fix this. Give me a second, guys. This stand is setting me up. I don't like it. The stand is the battery is already starting to act wonky, and I have a million chargers here, but I don't have a block. So give me a second. I got this little mini charger pack. Maybe it can give the stand some energy while I do this. How's that? Yeah, that should work. Just keep charging this for me, man. Don't give me a tough time. All right. That's off. All right. So she says she took all the screws out. All right. Let's see. If you follow my steps, you should get it. Okay. If you follow me exactly as I'm doing it, you should get it. Okay, Jill. And if not, come back to me. Okay. I don't want you to be frustrated. So first, I'm going to take the two. There's only two off the top that you have to take off. Okay. It's right here. Let me see if you can see. Can you see? Nope, you can't see. All right. Let's move that. How's that? I'm just trying to make sure. All right. That's better. All right, good. I got my Hoover bag in the back. I got my trash in the back here. All right, so here we go. Let's turn this on. You got these two? All right. For the sake of this, let's just take this guy off. We don't need this guy here, okay? I'll rest him on the chair. Now we're going to flip this guy over. All right. Okay. And then we probably don't even need to mess with the brush, but let's identify what screws we're doing over here, right? So we have this guy here, screw here, screw here, screw here, Okay, let's get these guys over here. And then there's another arrow here, and an arrow here, an arrow here, and an arrow here. And these are where the screws are. Okay. 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 Oh, this one's a little long, so I'm going to get a long Phillip. And these are Phillips, by the way, unless they change anything in any new models. Okay. I think I was tightening it. I was tightening it. What am I doing? Okay. So they're gonna fall out. Let me let these guys fall out for a second. I still got one more left. And also, Joe, consider the fact that you also may have a screw that's still, like, you think it's out, like this one that happened to me just now. You think it's out, but he's still hanging on tight. That's also a possibility. All right, so now that you did all that, okay, what I would recommend you do, you get a flathead screwdriver, okay, and just kind of insert it. Got tape on me. Just kind of insert it right in here, and just kind of do a little poppy thing here. Just kind of pry it a little bit, and then you should be able to lift it up and off. Okay, and if you follow those instructions exactly as I did it, you should now have access to what's under here. Okay, and that's about as far as I can do with that one for you. I hope that helped. Let me see, what was I covering in this video that you had a problem with? It was leaking. Okay. So Jill, the leak was what we were talking about was this section here, the leak, and I think I was showing maybe a possible bypass that people can do because they had stopped selling these brand new. All right. I'm going to do a check for you to see if Parts Warehouse have them. I'm also going to check my suppliers if they, you never know, man. Maybe, these guys decided that, oh my gosh, man, we're having so much trouble with these. People are pissed off. They can't find a part. Let's put it back into circulation, right? So let me look this up for you real quick while we're on the topic. This is a FH 50141. Now, you find a model right in the back. Most of these machines are going to have a silver, I got it, a silver sticker, okay, identifier sticker right here, and it'll just tell you model, and you just read off your model number, and you can do a schematic search to find the parts you need for these machines. Okay, so let's give it a shot. FH, what did I say? What did I say, guys? Hey, Calvin. What's up, man? Welcome back. I know you guys are busy, and I appreciate any time you guys come in here. Like Brienne's like, I got a life to live, right? we're just calling you. Come on, we need you. What are you doing? I gotta go to work. Work? No, you gotta hang out here. Do like Dave. He's at work. He's hanging with me. So, we put a lot of pressure on you. All right, so let's do this. Let's see. You know what? Let me do it through my tablet, so this way I can actually share it with you guys, because I don't want to keep turning this phone. So let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Okay. I don't know why. You know what? I must have done something. I know what I had to have done something. How do I change the? How do I change the? Oh God. How do I change that? That's what it is. It's locked in a. I figured it out. Okay. I figured it out. All right. So now, okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for FH, right? 50141, right? I mean 500 41, right? FH. Okay. Boom. Gotcha. All right. So this is what we're looking at, right? Okay. These are schematics. So we're looking for this guy right here. This guy right here. That's what we're looking for. So he's number, oh my gosh, you can't even see it properly. It looks like number 14. So I'm going to move up and let's see if we can find number 14, which is this guy right here. And if these guys have it, most likely we should be able to get it. Come on. Okay. So what did it say here? Okay, this part is discontinued by the manufacturer. Okay, I don't know if you can read it properly, but that's what it says. This part's discontinued by the manufacturer. Hey, Jeremy. All right. So, so what do we do, right? So these shows are, when I do these hacks, people would get upset. I had a few guys. So what are you saying? You know, I can't use my hose no more? What the hell, right? I'm not the one that is, I'm not the one doing that, right? I'm just giving you a way so you can still have a shampooer. And that bypass I created was designed to allow you to still have a floor shampooer instead of you throwing the machine away and, you know, and spending more money to buy another machine. So, but I think some people on Amazon was trying to sell it. And so that's aftermarket type stuff. And then other than that, you're going to have to go to eBay or something. Or just use the bypass I gave you to fix that problem. Okay, at least the leak would be gone, all right? And then you can, you know, you can at least shampoo the carpet. So this is called the actual name for this thing, if I'm right, is pump assembly. Sometimes it's called a quick connect for the hose. So let me see if I have my Amazon. Do I have Amazon in here? I gotta reload it. All right, let it reload. All right, so I'm gonna put this guy back together. And but that's what the hack is for, to eliminate that problem. All right, snap it in. See how simple that is? Put your screws back on and then put the screws back in, and hopefully Jill can fix her problem without any hiccups and any problems. All right. I hope that helps, folks. Okay. Let me slide over here real quick and see what the pack is into. They still make that model because I saw it at Home Depot. Yeah. Red clear. Yeah, but that's you know what? It's also possible. It's also possible that they still make this part, but it's under a different model number, and the schematics will come up. So it doesn't necessarily mean, and then maybe I should do some more research on that. I may just head down to, actually, I don't even have to do that. Let me go to my, I don't have to do that. Let me go to my portal, right? And let me see. Give me a second. Let me do some homework real quick. Let me do some homework real quick, guys. What's the name of this model? What's this model number? If I can get this model number here. No, I don't want that. Okay. Interesting. Nah, this one doesn't come with that. This is a totally different model. Let me see something. I'm looking for a model that what they're selling now is more of the that new black and gray style, and so they kind of moved on into a different setup altogether. Okay, let me show you. So unfortunately, people kind of going to be left out there wondering what to do next. Okay. Um, let's see what I can show you real quick. Let me slide this guy over. I'm gonna sit so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. So this obviously this is the new style. You have the smartwatch, right? Come on, let me get past. Can I get past this stuff? All right. So let's see what this power scrub. Let's see what if I can find this model. Come on, buddy. All right. What's this? FH 50150. So let's see if 50150, right? If we can find the parts for this one, because sometimes that's what it's done. All right, so let's try FH 50150. Okay. Now I have a separate portal that I have that's just for service, so I can get this schematics differently, but that's a whole nother stuff that I really can't just show on the page here. All right, so let's see. So this one is different. This is on number 20. It's called a pump assembly quick disconnect turbine assembly for tools. See that? So that's how it looks here on this new schematic. Let's see what. Okay, this one is also part discontinued by manufacturer. Okay, all right. Let's keep rocking. Let's see if there's another way. Okay, products, carpet cleaners. Maybe there's a different, again, maybe it's under a different model. Why we're not finding it. See, the power scrub. Now this is a power scrub, and I think this is what this is what Calvin was talking about right here, this style. So let's see what the model number for this guy is. Okay, now this is FH6802V. Okay, not even in the 500 series. So let's see what this guy looks like. First, I want to check to make sure that they still have that feature. Okay, it don't look like they have that feature. So this we may not. They may have done away with that particular style. See that? Yeah, because the quick connect is on the side here. So I'm thinking that they moved on from that design and we may never see that part again. Okay, I'll be perfectly honest with you. All right, let's see how they do the hose. You see how the hose is connected? It's not through the quick connect anymore. The hose is connected in the very front. The same way the Hoover smartwatch and also the Bissell Revolution. So they're not doing the quick connect. So guys, that part is gone. Okay, that's my guess. Okay, all right, that's my guess on that. That part is not here anymore. And I'm gonna do one more search, which is gonna be Amazon, and I'll see if Jill, if you could find it on Amazon. And I'm trying to do a little bit of homework for you, Jill. Hopefully, I can help you out. Okay, let me see. Hoover quick connect. Okay, let's see what they have. I should put pump. Quick connect pump. PU pump. Let's try this. All right. Hoover quick connect pump. This is what we got. What the hell's up with my search, man? Still loading. Okay. Well, okay. Wait. No, I don't think this is. I don't think this is it. I may have. Wow. Come on. Somebody got to have this thing. I typed the name right. Quick connect pump assembly. Okay. Nope. Nope. How's this? Hoover power wash. I swear, you know what? I really do think they're going to do away with the keyword searches. I think everything is going to be AI after a couple of months, because the way keyword searches and Google and stuff like that work, you know, it's looking for the keyword. When AI is kind of like, you can tell it what you're looking for, and it can kind of putting the patterns together in how you're speaking. And in other words, we think it's understanding, but it's putting it together, and then it can figure out what you're trying to say, and it'll find it for you that way. This one is only giving you the words, the word you're looking for. So I was telling my son, I said, man, I think they're going to do away with the Google searches, bro. You're not going to be able to use this regular keywords to search anymore. It's going to be more of, what are you saying? Okay. That's what I think. All right. So, okay, done with that. Let's move on. All right. I'll put these screws back in here. Let me get over to the shark. Let me find out what's happening with this shark. And then we're going to move on to something else. Okay. I hope that was helpful, folks. And then move over to the chat, and I can hang with you guys. You guys seem to be having fun in the chat. Okay, let's see what's happening with this. Apparently, let me take this off. Apparently, the brush is not turning. So let's do some troubleshooting. Let's see what's causing this. All right. Let's see what's causing this. All right. Before I continue, I'm going to give you guys something. We had a couple of riddles yesterday that we just knew that Brienne was going to be the one to solve them. Okay. I got one for you, Dave. Here's one. Okay. A cowboy rode into town this probably is too easy. Okay. Stays for okay. How is this possible? Let me see if I wrote it properly. Okay, so a cowboy rolls into town and leads into. Okay, boom. Let's see if you guys can figure this one out. Ah, Dave, you silly. Gosh, Brian, you too. Come on. You didn't give me a chance to think that you're pondering. Golly. Yeah, Brienne's like, wait, you're gonna have to come sharper. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to come sharper than this, man. I'm gonna have to come sharper. Okay, he's like, listen, this is child's play. Cut it out already. Okay, all right. Oh man. All right. While I'm working on this shark, I'm gonna give you a tough one. And let's see if I can at least take out one screw before you solve it. Okay? How's that one? Okay. All right, here we go. Here's a tough one. Okay, let me see if I can put this in. Okay. I tried preparing some and get them in advance. All right. All right. So you two people, one always tell the truth, the other one always lie. They both know where the treasure is. You can ask one yes, no question to one of them to find out which direction to go. What do? You got to think about this one a little bit longer. Oh man, all right. Okay, let's all right, let's do this. Let me turn this on. Let's see what's happening with this brush, and then we're gonna move on. All right. All right. We have lights. Okay. All right, so we have lights, right? You know, I have to make a note that this came without the grill. Let me make a note. I should have. Did I tell them in advance? Because you would hate that someone says, "Hey, where's my grill?" Huh, well, you bought it without the grill. You guys are my witness. Well, not really. You didn't. You weren't even here when they actually brought it in. Let me just put here: no grill and filter. Okay, no grill and filter. Okay, so it's receiving electricity. You can see the lights, but the brush is not turning. What could be the problem, right? Okay, I'm starting to move these brushes here to see if it's stuck, like it's just like, frozen. But no, it's moving enough where the motor should be able to turn this brush. All right, let me try it again. Okay. How do we solve that? How do we solve that problem? It may not be solved, though. It seemed like it's solved, but it may not be solved. All right? I'm going to show you what I mean. So from what I know about these units, there's 3 levels. You have the carpet, you have low carpet, you have hard floors. Now, what Shark did before is the hard floors, it just slowed down the brush. It didn't really stop it. The old Sharks, like I actually have one right here. Let me go get the old Shark. Okay. Now the old Sharks like these, the old Sharks like these, okay, they have like they have a switch here, right? They have off, bare floors, and then brush roll on. That's how this is set up with this kind of switch, okay? So these were designed to shut the brush off, okay, for the hard floors. But if I'm not mistaken, these were designed to only slow the brush down. So I'm going to verify that real quick, okay? Let me see something. Let's turn it here. Give me a second, folks. I got to move this guy out the way. Okay, nothing's broken. But that could have been a disaster just now. All right, so let's see if I'm right. So I'm gonna go from off to that first number one, which is supposed to be suction but no brush. Okay? Suction but no brush. Then I'm gonna hit the number two. And now the brushes are turning. So that was the original setup when they started coming out with these units here, right? Oh gosh, sorry, I didn't even put my person's name there. All right, now this is one I have at the shop. Now, let's see if I'm correct. I might be mistaken. I swear, I might be mistaken. This is the one I just have, in the back of the knocking around. I might be totally mistaken about that. All right, so let's see. All right, I'm thinking one is supposed to have the brush on full blast, 2 medium, and then 3 very light. But it could be 3 is off too, so I don't know. Let's try it. Turn it on. Running. See? It's still running. So, go up, and then go up all the way. All right? So what I got to verify is this model here, is this model supposed to go from, is it supposed to continue working the way this one is set up to work, which is high, medium, low. This one is off, no brush, and brush. And this one looks like it's a combination of both of them. But I don't know if that's how it was supposed to be designed. I can't remember right now. I worked on so many of these things. And so this one got me a little bit. I'm wondering if my memory is correct on this. All right, so I'm gonna plug it back in again and I'm gonna test it again. Because it seems like I might be off. Okay, let's see. Let's try it again. Turn this guy down. Okay. Now it has carpet. It has, let me show you. Let me show you what it has. And you can help me troubleshoot. Okay. That's what it looks like. Okay. So it's thick area rugs, low pile, and hard floors. Now, in the old days, hard floors would have meant shut the brush off. But the way this one operates, I don't know. You understand? I don't know. So it's possible that a hard floor is to shut the brush off. So let's try it again. Turn it on. Okay. Pull it down. Okay, so now the West. No, this is really a brain teaser. I don't know if there's necessarily the perfect answer for this, but I can give you an answer that will work. Okay, how's that? Okay, it's more of a it's not a right or wrong answer thing. It's more like a I don't know how to. Okay, I'll give you the answer. And then you can tell me what kind of answer it is. All right, you ready? Okay, let's go back over the question again. Right? It says you meet two people. Okay? One always tells the truth and the other one always lies. All right? They both know where the treasure is. All right? You can ask one yes or no question and to one of them to find out which direction to go. So what are you going to do, right? What do you do in this particular case, right? Who do you ask? Okay? I think if you ask one of them where the treasure is, whichever way they tell you, go the other way. You see what I'm saying? How's that one? So I don't know what kind of answer that is, but if let's consider that one. All right, I don't know if that's like really, that's just like in real life kind of stuff. Like you see in a movie, and you're looking for a treasure. It's a lot of money. You want to know where the treasure is, and then this action, which way is the treasure? Most likely it's in the opposite direction. So anyway, I'll leave that one out. Don't worry. Don't worry about any points for that one, okay? You're right. Hey. So, yeah, so this one here, man, this one here has me a little bit thing. I don't I have a suspicion that it's working the way it's supposed to. I would just hate that it's supposed to have been because I've worked with a couple of these machines before, and I've never paid that much attention to that last part. Okay, whether it's slows it down or it shuts it off automatically. Like I said, some sharks will shut it off automatically. It only has 3 positions: off, motor runs but no brush, and motor runs with brush. Done, right? That was the way we were used to it for a long time. Then Shark came out with this other thing here where it's high brush, medium brush, low brush, but therefore carpet, low pile, and then hard floors, and what it's doing. But I'm thinking it's specifically for the ones with this kind of brush. I'm thinking it's for the ones with this kind of felt brush in the front. I'm thinking the ones with the felt brush is the ones that they given this variable speed rather than just cutting it off altogether. Honestly. And this one doesn't have it. Okay? So I'll do some more research on this guy because, like I said, I'm trying to go based on my memory banks on this. And this may be working exactly the way it's supposed to work, honestly. But I don't want to assume it. I want to know for sure. So I'm going to do some more research on this guy here and find out. But I know with these guys, when they have the double brush, okay, the felt brush, they have the 3 speeds. Okay? So how's that? How's that? This guy's like, you expect me to have the right answer all the time? Like, come on, man, I'm human, right? So this one, I'm really stuck on this one. That's why I'm being honest with you guys. I'm not absolutely certain that this is actually broken, but I'm also not absolutely certain that Shark didn't make this similar to the way they made this one. Okay, so anyway, that's that. I'm not gonna kill my brain over it right now, but I am gonna research it. All right. Oh yeah, Brianna won. We know, but I just want to, I kind of want to mess with her a little bit. So David said, "Hey Wayne, Jamie asks, what's the best vacuum on budget in your opinion?" Okay. Honestly, Jamie, I will probably stick with a Shark. You can get any vacuum. You can get a Bissell. You can get a Hoover. Because those are basic good vacuums, and if you take care of them, they'll just do the job. They'll do the job it was, they were meant to do. If you're looking for like versatilities and stuff like that, if you're looking for stuff like that, then you may have to kind of lean towards a Shark maybe to get those extra stuff. But there are a couple of vacuums out here that absolutely do not have, right? Simplicity. If you have to go to a vacuum shop to get Simplicity, those are very basic vacuums. I sell those also. But if you want me to give you an honest answer, I can give you a salesman answer, right? I can say, yeah, get a Simplicity from me, right? But if you want me to be absolutely honest, I'm telling you, if you're going to go to a regular box store and you're not going to a vacuum store, store-bought vacuums like Walmart, Lowe's, Target, you get what I'm saying? Then if you go with the Bissell, you're going to have a warranty system that's going to back you up, even if the vacuum is not the best, right? It's very basic warranty. They'll take care of you. They'll replace it if they have to, stuff like that, right? So I look at it that angle. But if you're going to go for a little bit of the higher end, meaning mid-grade, 300, 350, like that, these guys are not bad. Okay, they came a long way. They're not bad. All right, but the moment you're gonna go higher up, then you might as well just go higher up. If you're gonna go like $800-900 and stuff like that, then you're gonna go get yourself a Kirby. You're gonna get a Ricard. You're gonna get maybe even a commercial vacuum, a Pro Team, stuff like. If you're gonna go higher up there, okay. But discount vacuums, get yourself a Shark, get yourself a Bissell. Simplicity have an SV Pet, which is similar to a mini Bissell vacuum. A lot of the designs are about the same. So just keep it in mind. If you're going to spend more than $200, your focus should be a lot under warranty. If you're going to spend $300, $400, $500, you definitely want a system with good warranty. If it's $59, grab a Bissell. It's not, let it put a belt on it and keep the filters clean, and you're good to go for the rest, right? But if you're gonna go like 150, 200, like that, that's the best way I can. That's the best way I can kind of process it, like that. All right. If you're gonna go high end, then at that point, let's say you're gonna go Kirby money, right? And then you have to choose between buying a Kirby, buying a Hilo, buying a what's the other one? Filter Queen, Rainbow. If it's deep cleaning you want, get a Kirby. If you like a canister, then yeah, go with the regular canister guys. Go with the Rainbow and the Filter Queen. I'm not a Rainbow person. Okay, I'm not a water guy when it comes to vacuums. I don't want to keep dumping the water every time I vacuum a carpet because I may forget. I like to just put my vacuum away when I'm done. So if you get a Rainbow, you have to keep dumping that water, because if you leave it there, it'll start to stink. The water in that dirt. So I know I'm not going to do that. Like I was telling Brianna earlier, I know I'm going to put something down and move. So I'm going to forget to empty. Listen, I forgot to empty my shampoo sometimes, okay, when I finish shampooing the damn thing. So I'm not going to do that with vacuums. All right, that's just the key with that. All right, so we moved on from the repair stuff, guys. I'm not going to be knocking out any other vacuums for the rest of the deal. I just want to kind of chat with you guys for a second and stuff. All right. I think I paid $120 for my last Shark at Walmart. All right. Hey, Dave, don't poke me on that one, bro. Yeah, I listen. I've been thinking about that one for the rest of the day. That what you said to me on that, and I was like, "Damn it, man! I should have been sharper." But I was thinking of the show, and like I said, the I was watching the vacuum collector kids, and I was like, "Yeah, you know, people throwing out vacuums." All so my brain was in the worst possible spot for me to properly make that decision. And but you were right, and I was like, "Damn it." If Dave was right here, he probably would have said, "Hey, Wayne, you know," probably would have stopped me from doing it. But I was thinking about the show. I'll be honest with you. That's what happened. I was thinking about the show, man. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, no, I'll be ready next time. I'll be ready next time, man. But yeah, but today is Thinking Through Thursday. So whatever you do today, do your best to try to think it through, you know, troubleshoot the situations before we get all wrapped up into stuff. Pause and think it through. Just like what I had to do with this one. This one had me kind of thing. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna see if I swore I have one of these somewhere. This model, and I want to see exactly if it does the same thing, and if not, then we have an issue. Then we have an issue if not, because the circuit board is what's telling this thing what to do, right? So what I'm going to probably end up doing is still opening the head and just seeing if anything is odd in that. Okay, and so when it's given signal, you know, what's reacting on that signal? Is this supposed to be reacting on this signal? And I'm just gonna have to kind of do a deep dive in this thing. I have another one here that I have to figure out. It's a cordless shark, and I have a sneaky suspicion that there's an overheating thing happening with this. I'm not going to get into this one right now because I'm going to have to get going. But let me show you. So I have this one here I'm going to be working on. Okay. And they turn on, you know, does this thing. You know what? That's what I should have got the charger, man. So I'm gonna have to examine this because I want to see if there's a filter that is that can get clogged on these guys. There's a couple of let me turn this off. Let me take this out. There's a couple of there's some stuff in the back here that just give me a second. I want to see if it starts to flash. It's starting to regulate. It seems like it's slowing down the thing. Now this button just helped me trigger the next level. And then, okay, now it has a flash. And then it cuts off. See that? So I'm gonna see what the deal is, what these first I have to look up to see what these particular things mean because I don't work on this every day. So I want to see what those flashing lights mean. But it's possible that the motor is shutting off because it's overheating. Okay? That's a lot of these machines are set up like that, that if they start to overheat, the motors are triggered to shut off. So I have to see if that's what's happening. I have to think it through. see if that's what's happening, and or if there's something really, messed up going on with this thing that I need to be aware of. Okay. All right. I was just poking. No, that's fine, man. Listen, I like poking, but I know when I stumble, and it does bug me when I miss something, and I was too enthusiastic. Someone told me something the other years ago, but it was regarding sales, and he was like, you can lose a sale or even a bad decision, right? You can lose a sale because you're too enthusiastic. Because there's some people who just don't like that. They don't like it, right? So you can lose a sale because you're too enthusiastic. He said, but you'll lose 10 times more sales if you're not enthusiastic enough. And it's like a gamble, right? So there's no perfect system, but one will cause more harm than the other. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I kind of gauge certain things, because you're going to make mistakes. And your approach about certain things, both approach could be fine, but one might give you better results than the other. And that's really all it is, or one is more devastating than the other. Just like you have food, one is very sweet and is going to give you that immediate joy, but then it's going to give you pain afterwards. You know what I'm saying? The other one is okay, but yeah, the after effect is not there. The negative after effect isn't there. And a lot of people would take the sweet because it's immediate, so that's how we kind of look at these things, that's how I look at stuff. Even when we're talking about borders and stuff, we were talking about Charlotte, and they're having a whole activities over there. And it's like, wow, if this many people are not on the roads today because of these particular activities, what kind of effect are we talking about, right? So some businesses are saying, my gosh, a lot of my customers are not coming in, whatever. But then there's a larger picture of there's a larger cost also. So these things have to be weighed. We can't just be emotional about the way we think about stuff. There's larger things. One thing is worse than the other. It's always like that. So there's a crazy balancing act we do when we make decisions and which route we take and stuff like that, Let me see. So there's a car dealership in town. Guy always screams at the TV wearing costumes. Crazy. Kevin Powell. I would never buy a car there. Hey, you guys remember Crazy Eddie? That was mostly in New York. There was a guy named Crazy Eddie in the 80s. And he would come on the TV. He'd say, it's Crazy Eddie. And I think he sold appliances. And we're giving it all away. No credit, easy credit, bad credit, stuff like that. And I personally at the time, I was like, I would never go there to buy anything. But then a lot of people did, so it's not for everybody. Wow, Brianna, that was funny. Oh my gosh, it's cool because it's going to be fixed for the sake of science. Yeah. Brianna, Mexican guy, stopped by yesterday. So wait. Brianna, I love how you put it, because you're right. For the sake of the greater good of our society, we show some people how to unclog their vacuum. So it served a great purpose. Okay, it's if a bunch more people saw that video and they said, "Oh, that's how you unclog it," I just saved people hundreds of dollars that day. Okay, so it was for the greater good. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it for the day. thanks for hanging out with me today. You guys made it. You made it worthwhile starting the show. I really appreciate it. Oh, Brian. Hey, you know what? Before I go, that gift thing there. Thank you so much, Brian. I just hit the button, right? I'm in my studio setup, and I need to look it up. I need to do some more research on what it means. But I think they're kind of doing the TikTok thing. But it said engage with your vertical audience with the GIF thing. He said press the button. I did accept. Like, oh yeah, make this a part of my whatever. I don't quite know how it works. So I'm gonna look into it. But I did it yesterday. So you're the first one. Okay, thank you, and thanks for the super chats that you've sent, David. Thanks for your support also, because David does it on the stealth, which I appreciate too. And but I've never had. This is my first little gift thing. Poop, happy poop. It was the first time you seen it. Okay, yeah. I did it. I just signed up. I just hit the, the okay. I guess YouTube is competing with TikTok on their vertical setup. But anyway, all right, guys. I appreciate you guys coming by. I'll be here again tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. And for anyone who's passing through, if you have a question on a vacuum, I try my best to answer it in the live shows. So you can post your questions. I'll look it up. I'll read it off, and I'll do my best to give you the answers you're looking for. Okay. And until next time, guys, thanks again. And hey, Dave, I'm gonna try to do my outro music here. Let me see if I can do this right, and I can hit it. You know what that sounds like? You know when they want you to leave the party, they start playing that real slow music. That's what this is. I'll go with that. You guys stay positive. I don't know, man. This is too loud too. No, it's